We've all heard the last couple of months about AI and how voice is changing all the industries, right? But a lot of those things are just not practical applications. Today, this is not the case. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you, 5 AI voice agents you can implement. You run a local business or, you're servicing for your clients, etc. These are actual agents that are going to either save time or make you money, right? I've implemented these for multiple of my clients, so I know they actually give you your results. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of them and as for functionality, etc. But first, we want to address, what are actually AI voice agents? How do they work? If you don't know what AI voice agents are, the dictionary definition for them as basically software programs that utilize AI, artificial intelligence, to comprehend and respond to human speech. These serve as the backbone of modern VAs and customer service tools. That's basically it. I'm going to explain to you how it works. It's basically your prompting, but it's transcribing your message. Let's say I say hello, then that message is going to be transcribed and it's going to be hello. And then that's going to go to either, OpenAI, Claude, whatever AI platform you're using. That's going to go to that platform. It's going to be interpreted by the AI through the API. And then it's going to come back and it's going to be read by an AI voice. It can be 11 Labs, it can be whatever platform. The platform we usually, build these agents on is going to be called Bappy.ai. There's a lot of platforms you can build on top of. This is just... So the platform we usually build on top of is called Bappy.ai, which is basically giving you the flexibility to do pretty much anything. Even though it's a little bit more complex than the other platforms, it can be very, very powerful if you're building something that you're going to implement to your business, right? So I'm going to show you one example, and I'm going to call an AI voice right now, so you kind of get the idea of what they do. Okay, so let's say I'm a lead for your business and I found your advertisement on Facebook, on Google, and you have a link to a form. Maybe it's to book a job, maybe to book a information session, a webinar, whatever it is you're offering for free. Maybe it's a lead magnet. You're going to probably have a form something similar to this, where you ask for their phone number, email, and something about them. In this case, it's the industry and the service more interested in, and the website. So what I had this AI assistant to do is going to be get my industry, get my service most interested in, get my phone number, which is going to call, and get my website, and it has the ability to scrape that website and gain all the information that I have in my personal website for my business, and it already knows that when he's making that call to me, or it, whatever. Let's say you click submit right here. If you click submit, as you can see, I'm probably going to get a call in a couple of seconds by the AI. As you can see, I'm now getting a call from the AI agent. Let's see what happens if I answer.
So how are you doing? This is Lisa calling from scalestream.io.
Right there it said, hey Diego, how are you doing? So it already knows my name, right?
Hi there. It seems like we got disconnected. I'm here to assist you with any questions.
Hey Lisa.
Thank you for confirming. I have a few questions to better understand your business needs.
Okay, cool.
Great, let's get started. First, can you tell me what your monthly recurring revenue is?
Yeah. I mean, that's a kind of a weird forwarding question to ask, but yeah, my monthly recurring revenue is $30K per month.
Thank you for sharing that information. Next, could you let me know your current employee headcount?
Yeah, I currently have about 4 employees, 2 overseas and 2 in the US.
Got it, thank you. Now, can you tell me what your biggest business bottlenecks or struggles are right now?
Yeah, one of the things we are struggling is we are taking too many calls, and every day we have to take a lot of calls, but sometimes it's just not enough time, and the people we hired don't work.
I understand. That sounds challenging. Finally, how did you find out about scalestream.io?
I found you guys through Diego's YouTube channel.
Thank you for sharing all that information. Based on what you told me, it sounds like you would be a great fit for our services.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
To
right there, it was going to ask me if I wanted to schedule a call, and it would, schedule the call. But anyways, that's not the purpose of the video. It asked me a couple questions, and it qualified me. If I didn't say a number above, 50, I think at 15 or 20,000 a month, it would have said like, oh, you're not qualified to work with us or something like that, something similar. We recommend you to watch our YouTube channel if you want to start automating things, or one-on-one consulting. It deviates from there. So in this case, I was qualified because it was over, I think it was 15 or 20K, which is what qualifies, and it actually goes and books a call with me after that, right? I built the entire thing last video, so want to check that out. Just make sure to do that, and let's go back to the Miro board. Okay, so you just saw how I got the call and how the conversation went. That was just a very specific example of one I built on last video. So if you want to check that out on how to build that step by step, just go to that video. But yeah, some examples of issues being faced by some of my clients that the AI actually solves are like a lot of missed opportunities, and we're talking thousands of dollars from unanswered calls, right? So it's home service businesses that are facing this issue, agencies. There are people like go call them, they don't answer, and they just go to the next business. Another example, just like less engagement from the late lead contact, right? So when leads are actually engaged, that's when you need to contact them as soon as possible. Then the other one is ineffective booking forms, right? Those are just 3 examples. I'm going to share more specific ones as we go. All AI agents, generally have the following capabilities, which is number 1, 24/7 availability. That is a pretty big one, and that is a characteristic that a lot of people want, right? They want to be able to answer no matter what time it is. They can take up to 10 calls at the same time. I'm talking about one agent handling like 10 or even there's way to outdo this limit, but usually you won't need more than 10 people at the time. It's very cheap. You pay per minutes. It's very cheap as well. It's a pay per minute model, about $4 to $6 an hour, assuming you're on the phone the whole time, right? So a lot of times you're paying, your usual reception is like $20 an hour or something like that, and they're maybe receiving 3 calls 1 hour, and then the other hour they're mostly busy. This only charges you by the amount of time it's on the phone. That's a pretty cool thing about this, right? So it's able to perform functions, which are tools an agent has to send and receive data to, let's say, your CRM, whatever you want to integrate, maybe email, text messages, whatever. That's what we have done for a lot of our clients, text and emails as well. Thanks to functions, there are a lot of agents you can build with multiple purposes, which is what I'm going to go over today, right? The 5 agents. And lastly, they have the ability to be trained on your data and processes. So this is a very good one, you all must know. So it's not like ChatGPT. If you're thinking about that, this you can pretty much train it only on your processes and only make them know about that, right? So anything else that's not it won't answer. Especially with the capacity of creating your own language model and connecting it to the voice assistant, that gives you a lot more flexibility and stability when you're trying to create more complex projects, right? There are 2 kinds of agents. We have inbound and outbound. For inbound agents, those are the ones you are calling a business and they answer. Then we got outbound agents, which are going to make the calls for you. Like, for example, what we just went through, the form I submitted and I received a call, that's an outbound agent calling me. That's an outbound agent. Now that we went over a little bit of the context of it, I want to share now the 5 AI agent examples for local businesses. And like I said, they either make money or save you time. The first one is going to be the front desk receptionist agent, which is a very, very common use case because it's super useful and super helpful. What is the problem in this? Current system is not being able to handle more than 1 call at a time, missing calls because of a busy schedule. Maybe it's from 9 to 5. The hours it operates, the assistants, then not knowing the critical information about the company, etc. Losing a lot of deals because of no availability and very expensive system to maintain. Especially with these companies that are, providing virtual assistants overseas, they are very, very expensive, and most of the time they don't know anything about your company. So what is the functionality of this? And this can be extended however you want, but these are just a little framework. for you to follow. They can answer questions. You give it an SOP of your business and they will be able to follow it step by step and answer questions for the customer, right? They can book appointments and jobs. Basically, a lead comes in, calls, I want my windows to get cleaned, whatever. Okay, you can do tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow 3 p.m. sounds good. All right. They can cancel and update appointments or jobs, reschedule them, whatever the use case might be on this. They can do this, cancel or update appointments. Create and send quotes. This is a pretty good one, especially this I have implemented with my client. This saved him an enormous amount of time, especially because it's not like something you do. It's like a formula that runs in the backend. We can create and send quotes with this and, add them to a CRM, etc. And you can imagine what other things you can do that are not here. That's just the framework. And I build this very often. It is the inbound most common. A lot of people want, so this is a very, very useful one. We got next the call transferring agent, right? So the problem is people are calling the main line and needed to be transferred based on their needs to different positions of the company, right? Let's say it's customer support, sales, client success, etc. Think of dialing bots that ask for numbers. How did you like that experience? Like when you call, someone is like, press 1 to talk to customer service. Nobody likes that, right? And a lot of people hang up when they hear that. Now, what if you solve that problem by actually asking the user, what do they want to do? What's the reason they're calling? Like a normal human being that's on the other phone number, not just a, simple voice message like a lot of businesses have, right? So that way you can ask and kind of act as the receptionist and then, forward it to the people depending on the reason for the call. So we're going to be forwarding them, for example, right here. The reason for the call is going to be interested in the product. Then we're going to forward that call to sales. And we're going to say, I'm going to forward you the call to sales. Is that okay with you? The person is going to say yes. It's going to be forwarded to sales. That's pretty much, this is exactly what I built for a client of mine, okay? And right here, it can go to the front desk where it can go forward it to the front desk where it can do all of these things, right? So you can just imagine the complexity and the kind of things you can build for multiple purposes, especially with inbound and this capacity of transferring the calls, right? Okay, so next, we're going to go with the lead nurturing agents. So did you know that calling leads in the first minutes increases conversion by 391%? And these are actual statistics that are proven, as you can see here, Velocify, right? Okay, the problem is there are no initial engagement or qualifying process, maybe via text or email, but no one is really checking these as soon as possible and they can get easily lost, right? So thanks to this, millions of ad dollars every single year are just lost to the drain. Basically serve no purpose because you're not engaging with those leads. This lead nurturing agent would solve that problem like this. It will solve it like this because it will actually call the lead once it's engaged, right? It makes sure the lead answers because it will call the lead multiple times until they do. No lead is lost because they are being followed up with by these agents. And if qualified, it will try to book the appointments. And first, they're going to ask a couple of lead qualifying questions to see if the person is even qualified. If not, that saves a lot of money as well. Trying to sell to a person that's not even qualified. We can just do that in the beginning and gain those insights from the start, right? So the next agent I'm going to talk about is appointment/job confirmation agents. Okay, the problem is there are many losses in terms of resources, be it money or time, when the person just does not show up or are not available in the time they booked, the last days, right? And most of the times it's a text confirmation that's sent, but that's not enough, really. A lot of people just say, okay, yes, I'm doing it, but at the moment, like 1 hour before, I'm like, no, I can't do it today. That's a big problem for businesses. So how do we actually solve this problem? It's basically a follow-up sequence, pretty similar to the one I talked about before, but here we are confirming the job, right? So it will call X time before the job/appointment happened. This can be multiple times. This can be one time. I recommend to do it, 2 times at least. If they don't confirm, the time slot will be automatically canceled, right? So if they don't confirm the first time, it will be canceled. or the second one, it will be canceled. It will try to reschedule it during the call, or it will ask what time would you like to be called, and then it turns into another outbound call, which is like a secondary agent of this nature, right? So it will try to reschedule to another time, but yeah, if they do confirm the time is set, and it will follow up before to ask some details if it's needed. This is pretty much like for more specific people that work in like home service business industry. That's what I've been implementing a lot for them, right? Okay, so the last one we have here, it's an outbound agent, and this is called database lead reactivation agent. Which, what's the problem for this? There's a lot of old customers. In most local businesses, it's thousands. There's lists of thousands and thousands of, past customers with no engagement at all. You've seen them, maybe 5 years ago, they went in, you added their phone number and email to the list, and you never did anything with that, right? There are also seasons when there less work is available, right? So a lot of money is lost by not reaching out to these old leads, especially when you have a lot of time to fulfill. When you are busy already, it's not really worth it because you won't be able to service them. But when you are not fully booked, this can be a really good extra source of leads flow coming in, because they already work with you and they already know you. So it's going to be pretty simple and easy to book a job appointment. So it's a system that pretty much calls them and asks them how they're doing, asking specific questions about the service you helped them with X amount of time before, and it will try to set a job and appointments. Maybe you have an offer because you don't have as many deals right now. Maybe you have an offer, you're offering a discount, whatever. They will push the discounts, they will book you the appointments, and they will update you on the CRM. Let's say it's a slow day, you want to do at least one extra job today. You can just assign this agent to call 100 people that same day. It's going to call them, and it's going to ask them and offer them, at least you'll get 5 jobs. That's what we've seen. That is working right now, especially with the lead reactivation agent. It can also do text and emails. That's what we've been doing a lot recently. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you're interested in something like this and implement an actually successful AI voice agent system into your current business, either your local or online, definitely let me know and book a call with me and my team down below. We built these kind of systems for multiple businesses. You can check out our case studies. We're definitely going to be glad to talk to you and kind of show you everything, how the process works. Also, if you're just curious and you don't actually know if you would like to implement, but you're just curious on the technology and you're a business owner, just book a call. And we'll talk, we'll discuss, and we'll show you all the benefits and how it's reliable, right? If you're interested in the templates as well, we have over 20, I think it's 30 now, automation and AI templates, which you can pretty much plug and play into your workflows. So if you're interested in that, go down below. There's going to be a link. I think you need to submit your email, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Bye-bye.